Good afternoon. Thank you very much for your patience. Welcome to the University of New England and to the graduation ceremony for the awards in the Faculty of Medicine and Health. Graduands, family, friends and the UNE community, may I ask you to now please stand for the entrance of the academic procession and the Chancellor of the University of New England, and remain standing to join us all in singing the National Anthem. Thank you.
So it goes, another lonely day, saving time but you're miles away. Flowers drowning in some bitter tea, for seeing lost opportunity. Find your mirror, gonna look inside, see your talent you always hide. Don't go kid yourself, or not today. Satisfaction's not too far away. Hold on, now your exit here is waiting just for you. Don't pause too long, it's waiting now, ending all too soon. Soon you'll see. Soon you'll see. Your coffee's warm, but your milk is sour. Life is short, but you're here to flower. Dream yourself along another day. Never miss opportunity. Don't be scared of what you cannot see. Only fear is possibility. Never wonder what the hell went wrong, 'cause second chance may never come along. Hold on, now your exit's here, it's waiting just for you. Don't pause too long, it's waiting now, ending all too soon. Soon you'll see. Soon you'll see. Hold on, now your exit's here, it's waiting just for you. Don't pause too long, it's waiting now, ending all too soon. Soon you'll see.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in singing the National Anthem.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land we call New England, and show our respect to their elders past and present. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, it is my great pleasure to welcome you here today to the winter graduation ceremony for the Faculty of Medicine and Health. And to our special guest, Cheryl Chant, today's occasional address speaker, Bishop Rob Chiswell, Deputy Chancellor Ms Jan McClelland, Professor Simon Evans, our Acting Vice-Chancellor, Emeritus Professor Ray Cooksey, Esquire Bedell, my fellow council members, the entire university community, but especially to you, our graduates. It's your day, enjoy it, and your family. You've worked very hard to get here, so enjoy it, take it on, and remember it. It's worth it. I now call upon Larissa Ahoy to make welcome to country.
Dangana, I'd like to acknowledge our Chancellor, our Deputy Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, our graduates and their families. Inja anewan kiona, Inja nyambika kiona, nyambika urala, ana ndaka, nyanga ndaka kionanga, nyanga ndaka wangan, ndaka rakina nyambika kiona, netima ronyira, Inja kiunda. You stand on the traditional lands of the Anewan people, and our people have called this high country our traditional home since the first sunrise. We have ancient connections and relationships with our neighbours from other parts of the tableland and the coast and the plains. They have long visited our homelands for ceremony, trade and marriage. The Anewan, our neighbours, also have a proud history of banding together in face of great adversity for our collective survival. Who are you? What country are you from? What brings you here? Walk well on this land. Thank you.
Thank you, Larissa. I now call upon the Acting Vice-Chancellor, Professor Simon Evans, to present Ms Cheryl Chant for the Distinguished Service Medal. Vice-Chancellor.
Chancellor. Cheryl Chant was born, raised and schooled in Armidale. At the completion of her HSC, she completed a day secretarial course at the Armidale Technical College and then commenced her career at UNE on the 5th of November 1973, when she was employed as a typist in the university's then typing pool. Her first position was in the philosophy department, where she spent 16 years. She was excited to learn about her new role, but had no idea that this would be the position that would lead her to dedicate her working life to the University of New England. Eventually, she worked across several areas on campus, including the Faculty of Arts Desktop Publishing Unit, the Botany Department, the School of Law, and the Faculty of Law. During her time in the Philosophy Department, her first role at the university, Cheryl Chant would go on to get married and have 2 children and see them off to school, and finally see them both graduating from UNE. Over the years, she has shared stories with her colleagues of working with the very heavy paper-based records that then would be carted between the various departments, using antiquated tandem typewriters, IBM typewriters, and then on to the introduction of the newfangled computers. The introduction of those new technologies across the campus meant new opportunities opening up for UNE staff. And in 1996, this created an exciting opportunity for Cheryl to move to the then new Information Technology Services, where she would provide support to the PVC IT and the IT teams that were busily working on developing the computer and network systems that formed the foundations of what we have today. Back then, online learning sites were very new. Hard copies of unit content and assessments were still being prepared, packaged up, and posted out to students who were studying from their homes across the country. Moving to online learning sites was a very big turning point for UNE, which was a pioneer in this area. In 2004, Cheryl moved to her final post within UNE. She became an important part of the structure and people and community of the School of Health. During her time in the school, there was hardly an administrative role that she didn't have a go at, including providing support to dozens of PhD and research students from all over the globe who came to Armidale, and she was the welcoming, friendly face when they arrived, and the firm that very kind push along when they needed it. She supported nursing academics through a number of accreditations and curriculum reviews. She coordinated the move from the Health Annex for allied health and PhD students, and then the move back. She oversaw the IT needs and building maintenance requests across the school. She coordinated the Japanese and UNE inter-university program and visits. She even participated as a patient in the simulated practice lab, provided administrative support across the Faculty of Medicine and Health, and dressed up as a jockey on Melbourne Cup days to celebrate her many tickets in the sweeps. Outside of UNE, Cheryl is a life member of Checkmates Hockey Club, ex-services Checkmates Hockey Club, New England Women's Hockey Association, and Hockey New England. I think you see the theme. She played hockey at state level and served on committees at club and association level as president, secretary, draw, and umpires conveners. She was the holder of a state A-level badge until her retirement from the sport. And in addition to hockey, at the age of 19, she was the youngest woman in Australia to hold a black belt in jiu-jitsu. So take care. After a lifetime of service and UNE knowledge, the time came in 2020 for Cheryl to call it a day and left the campus after 47 years and 1 day of continuous service. During her time at UNE, Cheryl saw 12 vice-chancellors at the helm. Across all departments of the university, it would be hard to find a department that has had not something to do with Cheryl and to which she has not made a contribution. Throughout her tenure at UNE, she provided mentorship and guidance to all colleagues within her workplaces, shared her knowledge and experience generously to train new staff. She has always upheld UNE's beliefs and values and supported changes in the workplace and the way things were done. Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you Mrs. Cheryl Chant for the Distinguished Service Medal.
In the name of the Council and by my authority as Chancellor, I present you, Cheryl Chant, the Distinguished Service Medal.
Chancellor, graduands, guests, I now have the honour to invite Cheryl Chant to give today's occasional address.
I'll be ready shortly. Chancellor Harris, Vice-Chancellor and CEO Evans, distinguished guests, all of you here today, and most importantly, graduands. I feel a little underdressed here today in the company of this illustrious group before me. It is indeed a great honour to be here. Graduation still gives me a sense of pride even after all these years. For the student, I know that it takes an enormous effort to arrive at the graduation ceremony. I never experienced that personally because, like many of my generation, I did not attend university. But in my small way, I have helped hundreds of graduates up onto this stage, sometimes quite literally, with safety pins at the ready, helping to dress you and the graduates into their gowns. I was quite taken aback when I was asked to deliver today's occasional address. I'm not a graduate, I'm not an academic or a motivational speaker. What words would I have to offer the graduating class of 2022? After all, I'm a mere muggle, and a retired one at that. Then my children reminded me that there is something I do know after 47 years of student enrolments, exams, theses, pracs and graduations, and that is that in addition to the personal determination and gruelling hard work for you, the student, I have witnessed firsthand what else it takes to get you here. The support of family and friends, the academics who impart their abundant wisdom, and importantly, the tireless professional staff of whom I was a proud member for 47 years. I never thought I was going to work at a university. I really didn't want to either. I didn't want to be stuck in an office. At 19 years of age, after nearly 10 years of martial arts training, I had my heart set on becoming a police officer. However, in the early 70s, New South Wales Police had a different idea about what a police officer was meant to be. The official requirements of the day stated that women applicants have to stand a clear 5 foot 4 inches, that's roughly 162 centimetres, without footwear, so it's in bare feet. I fell short of being a police officer by a mere 7 centimetres. Fortunately, there were no height restrictions for administrative staff at UNE. I started my career here at the university in this beautiful building over here behind us, Bullabimba. It was the 70s, complete with flared pants, platform shoes, bobbed hair, corduroy, miniskirts, massive wing collars, and monster sideburns. Upon my completion of my HSC, I decided to attend the Armidale Technical College, now TAFE, to undertake a day secretarial course. My sister, who worked at UNE at the time, said that there will always be a need for trained secretarial staff. I and 5 others from the course were lucky enough to get positions at the UNE typing pool. Little did I know then that I would spend the greater part of my adult life on these beautiful grounds, including getting married at St Mark's Chapel and hosting the reception at the CMF Hall near the hockey fields. Turns out I can't escape the place. I have seen many changes in my 47 years on campus, and whilst I believe my sister's statements remains to be true, the role of professional staff is forever changing, in large part due to the developments of technology. My first position on campus in 1973 was in the philosophy department, where only 3 academics had manual typewriters. I was presented with the latest in technological advancements, an electric tandem typewriter with 2 keyboards, a standard QWERTY keyboard, and a keyboard which had logic symbol keys. I had to use the standard keyboard for general typing, then switch to the logic keyboard to insert complex logical equations. There was no Control Z to undo. Any corrections required a complete retype. One of my significant memories from that time is of transcribing 13 hours of recorded tape for a book one of my professors was writing. Now, thankfully, there is software that will allow you to dictate your inner thoughts and straight onto the computer, and then voila, there's your spoken word on screen. My old prof would have been in his element. In the 80s, personal computers started to arrive on the scene, making copious amounts of learning material needed to be sent out to UNE's external students significantly easier. These resources, sometimes hundreds of pages long, were produced by typing from often handwritten documents, often literally cutting and pasting from one document and then sending them off to printer before posting out to the students. Tasks that computers can do in a snap would have meant days of manual labour for the secretarial staff. Masters and PhD students would carry out their research, get all their data together, and then find someone who could type up their thesis on a typewriter. I typed up many honours and PhD and master's theses in my time, and they could take weeks to complete. Countless drafts could be done to ensure everything was just right, and this was done at the financial cost to the student. Things continued to change. The first time I saw the UNE server, it was huge. Took up a whole room in a very small building. By the time I was working in information technology, some 20 years later, there were several small servers in a very large room and in a purpose-built building. Now, another 20 years later, everyone has a server on their desk, in their office, in their car, in their pockets. No longer do we need to make several physical copies of documents for collaboration. The push of a button will allow several people to see the document at once, at the same time. No longer do students have to be physically on campus to enrol, or to go to the library, or meet with their mentors. In so many ways, technology has made our lives easier. It's certainly made my work a lot easier. But the more things change, the more they stay the same. Because the most important part of my role was to support you, the student. And support is so much more than administration and what technology can offer. I spent the last 16 years of my career in the School of Health, a lot of this time working with postgraduate students. A few of the postgrads were on staff in the school, so I got to know them as a colleague and as a student. There were also quite a lot of postgrad international students. I was proud to go on their journey with them. I listened to them when they were having issues, helping out when I could, and to some, I was their Aussie mum. A few of the international students asked me to attend their confirmation of candidature. It was a wonderful feeling when I saw them on their way, off this very podium. A mother duck watching her flock leave, an empty nester, at least until the next trimester. I also used to organise the school's higher degree research intensives. These intensives were held twice a year and gave postgrad students an opportunity to come on campus to present their work to fellow students and to have a valuable face-to-face time with their mentors. It was wonderful to be able to meet the students in person, put faces to names, assist them in person, and with some to connect over really interesting topics, for example, a mutual love of golden retrievers. The last couple of years has placed a strain on the learning experiences of students and staff alike. This can be said of the professional staff who have supported both academic and student alike. Staff from information technology and faculty-based IT staff had the enormous task of ensuring that all staff, academic and professional, had their offices replicated at home so that the students could continue to receive support. It is pleasing to see today that we are now getting back to some sort of normality. Although a lot has changed over my career here at UNE, there are some very stable facets of life that have stuck with me this entire time. In large part, it is the relationships that I have made with the wonderful people I have met here and who continue to be part of my life some 40 years on. Universities are a place of learning and getting together. I hope your university experience provides you with a similar network for the next 40 plus years of your lives. We're here today to celebrate the fact you've made it. And if there's one thing I hope you will take from this speech, it's that you're not alone. Not your journey here, and not on your journey beyond today. If I've learned one thing in my working life, it is that we all need to work as a team, and we all need to support and respect each other. In allied health, perhaps more than anywhere else, you have to rely on each other. So, be kind to yourselves, be kind to your support team, which is made up of your family and friends, your academic and future mentors, and the support staff that will be on the ride with you. Cherish the teams of which you are about to join. I congratulate you on your significant accomplishment you've made, the completion of your degrees. You should be proud of what you've achieved, especially in these trying times, as no doubt are your family and friends and the university team. Thank you again for the opportunity to be part of this graduation ceremony. Having worked behind the scenes for so long, it's a rare and unexpected honour to be standing in front of the microphone. I wish you all the best for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. When the University Council decided to award Cheryl that it's a Distinguished Service Medal, we took the view that the university awards its professors who've done extraordinary jobs for this university with emeritus professorships. But you people here today and what happens in this university is done by a university community, the whole community. And Cheryl is a superb example of that other bit of the community. The community, they're part of the community that keeps the place going and together, and in many ways are the first and last contacts that our students have. They're the welcoming arms, the people that support in trying times and in good times. So Cheryl, congratulations. We're proud to have you as part of the family, and we were pleased to be able to say thank you in the way that we did. I now call upon our university graduation musician, Hattie Oates, to perform, and please would audience and everybody remain seated. Thank you.
Feel it falling off like clothing. Taste it rolling on your tongue. See the lights above you glowing, and breathe them deep into your lungs. It was always simple, not hidden hard. You've been pulling at the strings, playing puppeteer for kings, and you've had enough. But the search ends here, where the night is totally clear, and your heart is fierce. So now you finally know you can show where you go, you can steer. So hold this feeling like a newborn. Freedom surging through your veins, 'cause you have opened up a new door. So bring on the wind for you and rain. It was always simple, not hidden hard. You've been played at a game called Remember in your name, and you stuffed it up. The search ends here, where the night is totally clear, and your heart is fierce. So now you finally know you can show where you go, you can steer. So step out of the box and step into the clear. You've been listening for answers in the city of screams, and all your dreams go unheard. So the search ends here, where the night is totally clear, and your heart is fierce. So now you finally know you can show where you go, you can steer. Yeah, you finally know you control where you go, you can steer.
Thank you, Hattie, very much. I now invite the Chair of the Academic Board, Professor Robin Bartell, to present the candidates for their degrees.
Would the graduands please stand? Chancellor, I submit to you a list of candidates as set out in the program who have completed all requirements and are entitled to be admitted to their respective academic degrees and awards.
In the name of the Council and by my authority as Chancellor, I admit these candidates to their respective academic degrees and awards.
Would the graduates please be seated? Would the graduates who are also receiving a New England Award please stand? Chancellor, the New England Award is granted to selected graduates who have demonstrated outstanding service to the community and wider community and commitment to others. It is a non-academic award given by the university in recognition of the skills, attributes, leadership and personal qualities that are developed through extracurricular activity, committee membership, voluntary work and good citizenship. Today, the university is proud to be presenting one of our graduates with this award.
Through your actions to achieve the New England Award, you have shown yourselves to be high-achieving, proactive and outward-looking members of the university community. UNE is proud of the relationships we have developed and you have developed with the many organisations across Australia as a result of your efforts. On behalf of the Council and the entire university community, I extend our hearty congratulations.
Would the graduate please be seated? Thank you. Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you all those graduates newly admitted to academic degrees and awards, commencing with those graduates newly admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy who are able to be present at this ceremony. Doctor of Philosophy, Chancellor's Doctoral Research Medal, Sally Ann Larson, Mapping the Development of Australian Students' Literacy and Numeracy Skills 2008 to 2018. Doctor of Philosophy, Humayun Kabir, Health Vulnerabilities of the Ready-Made Garment Workers of Bangladesh. Chancellor, I now have the honour to invite the Delegate of the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Health, Associate Professor Jane Clark, to present those graduates newly admitted to degrees and awards, commencing with the degree of Master, who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those graduates newly admitted to the degree of Master from the Faculty of Medicine and Health. Master of Counselling, Michelle Amelia Bray. Suzanne Vivian Hughes. Darren Tak Lun Wong. Master of Health Management, Kim Narelle Griebenau. Master of Nursing Practice, Pooja Acharya. Kalpa Adhikari. Priksha Kaki. Anne Margaret Guerrero. Arpinder Kaur. Mandeep Kaur. Sabina Nupain. Israt Binte Rafiq. Diksha Shretha. Roji Shretha. Susan Suwal. Master of Psychology, Clinical. Lucy Ann Hudson, also receiving the New England Award. Dean James McManus. Gemma Olsen. Daniel Stein. Erin Marie Sullivan. Master of Social Work, Professional Qualifying, Elizabeth Ann Clark. Sure. Yes. Couldn't work out whether it'd be crossed out or not. Do you want to do that now? Okay. Master of Nursing Practice, Barsha Bandari. Master of Social Work, Professional Qualifying, Navkaranjit Kaur. Emma Jane Podotsky. Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those graduates newly awarded the Graduate Diploma and Graduate Certificate from the Faculty of Medicine and Health. Graduate Diploma in Counselling, Rosemary Frances Jones. Cara Judith Mansley. Chancellor, I now have the honour to present those graduates newly admitted to the degree of Bachelor with Honours, Bachelor, from the School of Rural Medicine, who are able to be present at this ceremony. Bachelor of Pharmacy, Hayden Joel Peter Van Rees. Bachelor of Medicine, Vijendran Luke Jayavira Singham. Chancellor, I now have the honour to present those graduates newly admitted to the degree of Bachelor with Honours, Bachelor, and awarded the diploma and undergraduate certificate from the School of Health, who are able to be present at this ceremony. Bachelor of Social Work with Honours, Andrea Fernandez, first class. Bachelor of Nursing, Amy Marie Billett. Ashmita Chetri. Cameron May Ford. Rupesh Pudel. Anju Twanabasu. Bachelor of Social Work, Tanya Lillian Lawrence. Elizabeth Parker. Emmanuel Pindura. Jessica Ruber. Diploma in Community Welfare and Wellbeing, Gretchen Tremaci. Chancellor, I now have the honour to invite the Head of School of Psychology, Professor Einar Thorstensen, to present those graduates newly admitted to the degree of Bachelor with Honours and Bachelor who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those graduates newly admitted to the degree of Bachelor with Honours and Bachelor from the School of Psychology. Bachelor of Psychology with Honours, first class, Alexander Robert Longmore. First class, Elaine Marie Townsend. Second class, Division 1, Marcolene Susanna Elizabeth Britz. Bachelor of Psychological Science, Morgan Barnett. Christy Lee Broadbridge. Odette Marie Carter. Caitlin Marie Gregory. Samantha Lee Grosino. Brooke Leanne Manwaring. Jessica Siren Woodall. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of awards from the Faculty of Medicine and Health to graduates who were able to be present at this ceremony.
Thank you. Congratulations, one and all. I now invite Andrea Fernandez, Bachelor of Social Work with First Class Honours, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, Council members, local elders, distinguished guests, academic staff, fellow graduates, and of course our family and friends celebrating with us today. It is with great honour and privilege that I stand here to give the vote of thanks on behalf of today's Medicine and Health graduates. The ceremony and the lunch beforehand has been absolutely beautiful, so thank you to the UNE staff who have organised and put this all together. My name is Andrea Fernandez, and it has taken me a long time to get this degree, 6.5 years actually. Starting out as a mature age student in my mid-20s, completing my studies part-time and online, it has been a long journey. But it's also not an uncommon path among us graduates. I know that several of my peers have also juggled their studies with work, family, other commitments, not to mention placement as well. I'm sure we've all been asked, how do you do it? How do you study online? How do you manage study and work or family? I'd usually shy away from these questions because I didn't really know. I just knew that I enjoyed what I was learning enough, and even though I went through my cycle of stress at assessment time, I always look forward to eventually starting in my profession. But since submitting my final thesis, I've had a lot of time to think and reflect on my time as a student, especially in the last 2 to 3 years. It is wild to me how UNE and my studies has become a constant pillar that has helped me keep moving forward throughout life's transitions, the ups, the downs, the lessons, the death of a loved one, and not to mention the fires, floods, and COVID. And I know that this also isn't uncommon among us graduates. I recall the time during the Black Summer bushfires when we weren't sure if other students would be able to make it to intensives. And like I mentioned, COVID. Who wasn't affected by COVID? I wrote a thesis on it. And I've spoken with students about how their study plans and placements have all been uprooted within the past 2 years. But like I said, throughout my life's changes and challenges, UNE has been a consistent pillar. And that's because I can say with honesty that I've always felt supported by the staff and my peers, despite never directly meeting many of you. I've connected with so many students through group chats, Facebooks, Zoom calls, mentoring groups, and a book club. Just last week, I connected with a group of students to talk through the early stages of honours and support them through the nerves of being at the precipice of change. And when I did get to meet my peers, either here at beautiful Armidale or close to my home in Parramatta, there were always friends to make. I've had pub feeds, dumpling lunches, and even a pasta night at a shared Airbnb. Some peers I may have only met once or twice, but I've since watched them start their careers, marry, start a family, travel, or move to the other side of the world. We've all shared the experience of going through the motions of icebreakers and awkward small talk with people we don't know, but I swear by the end of our time here, we've all made friends with inside jokes, as well as new Facebook friends, and especially new networks. I wouldn't have been able to complete my degree without the support of my academic supervisors and mentors who provided a wealth of knowledge, networks, and patience. I've had several fantastic unit coordinators and supervisors who have pestered for support even well after being their student, whether that be to seek advice or to ask for feedback. I am incredibly grateful for my honours supervisor and my academic mentors for guiding me through the research process and for being my test subjects for mock interviews, and for all the opportunities, including being a part of SWIS, Social Work in Schools, which was a very exciting and eye-opening experience. There was a moment I did feel so overwhelmed by my studies that I wrote a panicked letter informing my course coordinator that I had to quit. I just couldn't possibly go on because recruitment was too difficult. My coordinator calmly talked me out of it. She reminded me that the obstacles in my way did not mean I was not capable, but it was just a part of the research process. And even with my units, I've always felt supported by just the simple structure and delivery of the units. Weekly readings, weekly tasks, constant feedback, and connection with other students. It's provided structure to online learning that would otherwise have been incredibly daunting. It didn't matter what was happening in my life or that my studies was online. I always felt like I had a community I could turn to, and that created stability. That stability has meant a lot. I can't speak for the rest of my cohort today, but I do think each and every one of us would appreciate the massive effort that the academic staff have put into our professional development, so thank you. Another important thank you that I'm confident all graduates would appreciate me voicing goes to our families and loved ones who bore the grunt of our stress, slack, and slumps. Studying takes a lot of energy and balancing, which sometimes meant we may have fell short in other areas of our lives, but being here today means so much to us. Your support and love is how we got to be here. And that leads me to my final acknowledgement and thank you. And that goes out to this cohort of incredibly smart and resilient individuals. You are now the nurses, social workers, community workers, health professionals, and mental health professionals. You're doing the pointy end work within your communities. Please remember to reflect and acknowledge the effort that you have put into getting here today. You managed to do it all through a global pandemic. You exemplify the spirit, strength, and determination that I believe is intrinsic to the care profession. I have full faith that UNE has prepared us to take our next step into our careers, and I'm proud of every one of us. It's been a pleasure learning with you, and it's an honour graduating by your side. I hope to see you in the field. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. Before I close this ceremony, you've now joined an extraordinary family. It's called the Alumni of the University of New England. It's a worldwide family, and we'd love you to join. It's a way that we can keep in contact with you, and you can keep in contact with us. We like to know what you're doing and where you live. But also the alumni is a worldwide family. And if you do find yourself in a city or country that you really know nobody in, or very few people, you will find somebody from the University of New England there. Use them. Even if it's just to find where the best coffee is, or where the kids can go to school. Whatever. There'll be a friendly face and a welcoming face in a new place. Andrea mentioned it a minute ago, but the University of New England has provided you with skills and knowledge that I think you should use, one, selfishly, for yourselves, to enhance your own lives, two, to enhance the lives of your family and loved ones, but just as importantly, to enhance the ability of the professions you will join to do the job better, and to help the communities you will live in, wherever they are in the world, to be better communities to live in and to work in and to be safer places. I'd like to thank on your behalf the people who've got today ready. They do an extraordinary job. They keep these grounds looking magnificent. They make sure that these graduation ceremonies go seamlessly. They welcome you. So on their behalf, I would like to thank them for doing a great job today and this afternoon. Before I close the ceremony, I would like to invite our new graduates to process after the procession of the academics. So could you please stand for the singing of the academic anthem, and I declare the ceremony closed.
So early, it feels so bright. Didn't get much sleep last night. Freight train rattled through my head. Whistle blowing, love is dead, is dead. Heart attack by fear and doubt. Won't be long till the truth comes out. First impressions never lie. Love is bones, they hold so fast, so fast. Restless future burning bright. Past is holding on so tight. Never heard the one in bed. I just wanna wish you well. 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 Welcome swallows, dip and swing. Take the cue from the slightest thing. Rolling fog into my room. Why'd you give up on me so soon? So soon. Restless future burning bright. The past is holding on so tight. Never heard the one in bed. I just wanna wish you well. 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 Why'd you give up on me so soon? Didn't you give up on me so soon? I just wanna wish you well. I just wanna wish you well.